The views and opinions expressed on this program do not necessarily reflect the views and opinions of 580 WCHS, its employees, or WVRC Media. From the studios of WVRC Media, the country, the United States of America, the state, West Virginia, the city, Charleston. This is the Dave Allen Show on 580 Live. And your host.
What we've got here is failure to communicate.
He's kind of a big deal.
I have come here to chew bubblegum and kick ass, and I'm all out of bubblegum.
Dave Allen.
And folks, a good Thursday morning to you. Senior producer Ryan Nicholson in charge of things this morning. Guarantee Bank Hotline 304-345-5858. Tony the Taylor text 304-935-5008. We're in the Jarrett Construction Studios, right on time, right on budget. Visit jarrett-construction.com. License number WV030133. Phone calls to the show, a service of Guarantee Bank, 1320 Kanawha Boulevard East in Charleston. Guarantee Bank, your community, your bank, your story. Texting services provided by West Virginia's finest men's store, Tony the Tailor on Virginia Street in Charleston. The end of bolt sale continues through the 29th of this month. Save up to 50% on select jackets and suits. And Tony's Black Label make custom garments with a variety of fabrics. Tony has custom shirts. Buy 3, get 1 free, or buy 4 and get 2 free, including Thomas Mason fabrics. And ask about the Samuelson end of bolt sale too. Take as much as 25 to 30% off. Check out bestmastertailor.com or Tony's Facebook page for more information. Thursday means we're one step closer to the weekend. Metro News meteorologist Brian Hughes says we are going to continue the mugginess and then stormy weather also continuing. Numerous thunderstorms this afternoon. Some severe heavy downpours are possible. Some flash flooding if these storms park themselves over your neighborhood. Now, those are going to continue pretty much, Brian says, through Saturday. And we don't know what that's going to mean for Live on the Levee. So I said, let's just bring the guy in here. So Brian Hughes is going to join us coming up a little bit later on. And a reminder that you can download the Metro News television app, and you can follow Brian and his team of meteorologists on there and also on social media as well. Coming up later in the show, pro wrestling royalty, if you will, Ricky Morton of the legendary Rock and Roll Express tag team is going to join me. He's coming to Charleston along with another wrestling great. They call him the franchise, Shane Douglas, for an autograph signing and photo op Saturday afternoon at Sam's Uptown Cafe here in Charleston for the Three Bettys group. Now, they do a lot. If you don't know about the Three Bettys group, just Google it. They do a whole lot for cancer patients in here. So I'm going to talk to my old buddy Ricky coming up a little bit later on. Actually, that'll be the next segment. And, of course, throughout the show, you can text me, Tony the Tailor text 304-935-5008, or later on in the show, call the Guarantee Bank hotline 304-345-5858. I want to welcome to the show now Mike Arbogast, Kanawha County Board of Education. And good morning, sir. Welcome to the show.
Good morning, Mr. Allen. Thank you for having me.
You know, you didn't know when I booked you on the show that you'd be opening up, or as we call it in the wrestling business, you'd be jerking the curtain for pro wrestling legend Ricky Morton.
Get up and roll. Let's go.
Were you a big fan ever back in the day? I know you're an athletics guy, but big wrestling fan back in the day?
Back when we were kids, we all watched it.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. WWE.
Go back to the I'm not a fan, but you know, I'm an old NWA guy. You know, the Ric Flair, Ricky Morton, as we all talked to, Road Warriors, Dusty Rhodes, Tommy Rich, and later when I got into business, I got to know all these people and traveled with them and so on and so forth. Mostly pretty good guys, Ricky especially, and so he and I have remained in touch. But you're right.
I always said they were probably some of the best athletes in the world.
People don't understand that. People say, oh, it's this or it's that. You go out there. My favorite one always, Mike, and I promise we'll move on this. My favorite one was always, well, they know how, when you throw them over the top rope, they know how to land. Well, it's still, you know,
getting thrown over the top rope.
It's the same floor that you're playing basketball on or whatever. There's a right way to land. You want to hear one sound, not two or three.
It's a show, but those guys, great athletes.
They are fantastic athletes.
Yes, sir.
So you were appointed to the board for your first term. You won your seat back in the May primary. We've had you on since. And how's it been overall?
It's been good. It's a continuation of where we were when I first got on there, and that comes down to making sure we're doing what's best for the children in Kanawha County, and trying to manage a budget which has several restraints. And I really like our board. I think that, every one of them care about the direction of Kanawha County schools. I really like our central office staff. I think Dr. Potter does a good job. I mean, and she's got good people around her, and I think good things are going on in our school system. I think I told you last time I was here, I've gone out into our schools. I'm taking a look at what's going on. Of course, a lot of the principals were guys when I was a principal, and these people are in administration positions that I've worked with. So, I'm not going in like Big Brother's watching, trying to find something.
Because you being a former principal, that could be a little nerve-wracking.
Yeah, but I still want to go in and see their programs and give them an opportunity to tell me, hey, look, this is what we're doing here. Right. This is this program, that program. And really, I really still feel like, I'm a proponent of public schools, and I think that we are preparing our children for a life of uncertainty and allowing them to tap into their own personal resources and their abilities to have a happy and fulfillful life.
It is not an easy time, and you and I talked about this before, and other board members have said it too, Mike, to be on the school board anywhere, especially Kanawha County, school closures, consolidations, population loss, revenue loss, trying to do more with less money. Some parents, choosing a different path for their kids, which is their right. I mean, I completely understand that. But there's a lot of hard decisions that have to be made, and we did a story that came out of the board meeting Monday night, the RIF or reduction in force numbers for Kanawha County schools, a little bit different than what maybe we originally thought it was going to be. You want to weigh in on that?
I can. Let me start out by saying that Dr. Potter and Melanie Meadows, our treasurer, they do a great job of balancing that budget, and that's part of it. And you saw it on the news yesterday, whether we had a county in West Virginia that was taken over by a State Department because they were grossly overstaffed. I mean,
Harrison County.
Yes. Well, I didn't want to say that, but
I'll say it. It was in the news. And there are others as well that are still under state control.
Yes, and I will tell you, I have people that are a big part of that with the State Department that are friends of mine, and they don't want that. They don't want to have to come in and take over. I mean, that is a daunting task for those people. So it's important for us and important for what they do in central office to manage those resources and balance the budget. And unfortunately, when you lose children, you lose money. So that comes down to you have to cut staff. And and I hear how top heavy our Board of Education is, and that's not the case. That's a low percentage of our budget. And I will tell you on a side note real quick, when I was still a principal, we had 7 superintendents. We had 2 elementary, 1 middle school, 1 high school, a curriculum superintendent, a deputy superintendent, then the superintendent, 7 of them. And that has now been whittled down to 3 people. And it's Dr. Potter, and then we have Gene Smith that's over top of the high schools and middle schools. They consolidated that, and Amanda Mays is doing the elementary schools. And, they had to pick up the slack. Their work has doubled and tripled, but at the same time, it comes down to managing the budget and being financially responsible. But, Paul's doing everything she can to protect our employees on that level. So here again, we don't want to lose anyone. That has an economic impact on us, on the Kanawha Valley. I mean, these people that we have to end up, who lose their positions are going to have to go somewhere for work. Mm-hmm. They're not going to be shopping in our businesses. They're going to have to possibly move to find work and be able to teach or do whatever they want to do. But, it is a challenging time, and we don't. Yes, and I will tell you on your comment, the numbers did change, and we knew that was going to happen. Through attrition, people retire, mm-hmm. and then people move for other reasons, and then we're able to go back and bring these people back. We didn't get down to 0. Losing one of our employees is too many, in my opinion, but here it is. We're in this situation and in a predicament here again where we have to balance that budget.
Talking to Mike Arbogast again from the Kanawha County Board of Education. Mike, we have a story posted at WCHSnetwork.com this morning. There were some concerns with the Garnet Career Center building. Of course, this was, the pre-segregation high school. And then we fast forward to 2022. The school system deeded the property to the Garnet Alumni Association, yes. And they had a lot of plans for the building. But from what we've been told, for one reason or another, those plans didn't pan out, and the building is in a state of disrepair. Yesterday, the roof of the building was struck by lightning. So, what happens next?
Well, that's a mess. I'm not 100% sure where that's going to end up going. I know that there was talk already to possibly us having to take that property back over again because, the group that they deeded that to, and that was before my time, but they weren't able to fulfill their obligation to doing that. But I will tell you that, like, we deeded the Herbert Hoover property over to the city of, town of Clendenin and the McKinley Middle School, the city of St. Albans taking over part of that, which I'm all in favor of. First of all, I never want to close the school. But I'm also here again, I've said this on the campaign trail, I'm going to be financially responsible. And when it comes down to it, that we may end up having to do that. But my point is it's good for the community and community groups and organizations to be able to go in and utilize these properties that we're abandoning. So where we are with Garnet itself, I'm not 100% sure. I know I've been told just out on the street that there are people, it's prime location as far as property is concerned. And I know that there will be people that like to get their hands on that property, and go in and do some work in there, but, or possibly take that out and develop that property. And I'm not sure where it's going to end up. And I hate it, that's history, in our county and in our state. And, you hate to see those types of things go by the wayside, and I haven't been in that school since it has closed. So I'm not sure where it is, but we have been informed that it is in disrepair. Something's going to have to happen.
Before we let you go, earlier this week, this I Love West Virginia Public Schools campaign was launched. I know Superintendent Potter's behind it. We had the Mingo County Superintendent on midday. The Talk Line guys talked to the Jackson County Superintendent. They plan on going to the legislature. Their plan is during the 60-day regular session, there will be at least one county represented every day. Their one county school system, represented there every day. Where are you on this whole thing? I
think it's great. It's kind of sad that you got to sell your own school system, but maybe that's where we are. I still am a firm believer that public schools is best for kids on a multitude of levels, for the children themselves. For thousands of kids in our state, Dave, that is a safe haven for them. They know that they are cared for in our public schools. They are nurtured there. They are fed there. We want our teachers to do a fantastic job. And are all of them perfect? No, they're not. And, the ones that aren't, we try to bring along, or we end up having to get rid of, and don't want to do that either. But at the same time, we're offering a good service to our children. Here again, I've been in the schools and I've seen it, and I think parents, and I've been part of some parent organizations that are pro public school. They see the direction that we're going, and they want it to stop. They're still a believer in public schools, and here again, I've told you this before, I'm never going to tell somebody what's best for their own children, but I really think that they should think twice before they pull their kids out and let them sit on an iPad in their house by themselves, and be homeschooled. I really think that the good things that are going on in public schools, and I think this is part of that. Mm-hmm. That message really needs to be put out there, and then people really got to quit sitting on their hands with the legislature and ask them to go back and take a hard look at how they're funding our school system.
All right. Mike Arbogast, I appreciate you being here as always, my friend.
Appreciate you having me. Always great to see you.
Thanks a lot. It is 9:21. When we come back, one of the legends of the world of professional wrestling coming to Charleston for an autograph signing for charity this coming Saturday. It's Ricky Morton of the Rock and Roll Express. He joins us next on the Voice of Charleston, WCHS.
Brought to you by the Eric J. Tarr Family Businesses. Eric J. Tarr Family Businesses live to make life better for you and your family.
At Poca Valley, your savings deserve Simply More. The Simply More Money Market is designed for people who want growth, flexibility, and convenient access to their money when they need it most. Whether you're building your savings or planning for the future, Poca Valley is here to help you make the most of every dollar. Ready to learn more? Visit PocaValleyBank.com, call 844-782-2651, or stop into your nearest Poca Valley branch today. At Poca Valley, relationships matter. Member FDIC.
At Jared Construction, they build more than structures. Jared Construction builds legacies. Since 1999, from historical restorations to modern design builds, Jared Construction has been the cornerstone of excellence in West Virginia. Their expertise spans commercial, educational, hospitality, and healthcare projects. With a commitment to quality and a focus on your vision, they turn your dreams into reality. Jared Construction, building your future, preserving your past. Discover more at jarrett-construction.com.
WV030133.
What if the market drops after you retire? What if healthcare costs continue to rise? What if you outlive your savings? If these questions keep you up at night, you're not alone, and you don't have to figure it out alone. I'm John Burdett with 4th Avenue Financial, and I specialize in retirement income planning. Let's turn your what-ifs into a plan you can count on. Schedule your free consultation today at 4thavenuefinancial.com. 4th Avenue Financial, retirement done right.
Securities offered through Jenny McCole Financial Incorporated, member FINRA SIPC. Advisory services offered through Jenny McCole Advisors Incorporated.
Hey, this is Bobby Spry, and last year we purchased a new HVAC system from Best Virginia Heating and Cooling. During the inspection of our old unit, their technician discovered a crack in the heat exchanger that was slowly leaking carbon monoxide into our home. From that moment on, we knew we chose the best technicians and the best service. Every technician is drug tested and background checked, giving our family peace of mind. When it comes to protecting your home and family, trust the best. Best Virginia Heating and Cooling.
Welcome back to the show. 924 Sounds there, the official band of the Dave Allen Show. It's Amos Steele. You got something going on. You got a birthday party, class reunion, whatever. Call those guys. Look them up on Facebook. They're a fantastic band. You like the Southern rock. You like the blues. That's the guys you need right there, the Amos Steele Band. Dave Allen Show on 580 Live, brought to you in part by the all-new Generations Ford of Hurricane. Visit generationsford.com. He is one of the true legends of professional wrestling. He and his partner Robert Gibson, of course, were the Rock and Roll Express. And still are, for that matter, because these guys are still out there doing their thing. And he's going to be coming to Charleston, Sam's Uptown Cafe, Saturday afternoon for a charity event. More on the charity coming up a little bit later, but it's my pleasure to welcome in now the legendary Ricky Morton. Good morning, sir. Welcome to the show.
Oh, man. Is this you, David Allen?
It is me.
Does them people of Charleston know David Allen? No, I'm just kidding, man. David, it's an honor to be on your show today. Throughout the years of my career, you was always a good friend to me, and I cherish that very much, buddy.
Oh, I appreciate you, brother. Yeah. Now, you're going to be coming to Sam's Uptown Saturday afternoon along with the franchise, another legend, Shane Douglas, special autograph signing for the Three Betties Foundation for Cancer Patient. It's a great local organization doing a lot of great things, Ricky.
Well, you know what, and David, to do something like this, and before I even talk about this foundation, I just wanted the people of West Virginia, especially Charleston, and, Huntington, all of them, was one of my greatest times in my business when I wrestled up there in Charleston, West Virginia, and Huntington. And, and like you said, it's still active. I'm still up there a lot. Mm-hmm. But I just wanted to say that to the fans, the West Virginia fans, man, they were something else. But, and anyway, yes, I'll be there this Saturday. And Shane Douglas, we'll be there. I think it starts about 12 o'clock.
1 o'clock, I think it is. I think.
Oh, is it 1 o'clock?
Yeah, well,
okay, but you know me, I'm always early.
Oh, yes, you are.
Yeah, and really looking forward to doing this. The Three Betties Foundation with cancer patients, and you never know what's going to happen tomorrow. So, this is a good thing to come out and work with. All the money that we sell, it all goes to this foundation. And please, so I love all my wrestling fans. I still love to talk wrestling,
and we're going to do that here in a second. And if you need more information about the actual event, go to the Appalachian Championship Wrestling page because they've got all of the breakdown of the pricing and everything on that page. So we'll get back to that in a moment. I want to ask you though, Ricky, take us through how you got involved in this crazy world of professional wrestling.
Oh, I was second generation wrestler, but David, since my time of wrestling and right now, it's like being here on Earth and traveling to Mars. Everything's different. It's not the same. I can't say nothing bad about my business. It changed for the best. A lot of these young kids are getting breaks that they would have never got back in my day. But, I was a second generation wrestler. My dad he taught me. I mean, it was, I had an advantage, but it wasn't an advantage because I was a small guy, David. I had to, you can't even believe what I had to go through just to be recognized as a small kid wrestler.
Well, and you were a star and at a time when the business was favoring the big guys. You think about the 1980s and you think about the Lex Lugers and the Hulk Hogans and all those guys. And you're right. The smaller guys actually are probably looked upon more favorably now than what they were when you broke in. Because if you weren't like 6'3" and jacked to the ceiling, a lot of times you didn't get an opportunity back in those days.
Yes, that's right. And it's still, David, unless you're extremely good, they still favor the big guys, because that's the business they're trying to sell. If you noticed a little bit with WWE, they're changing with the big, hard-hitting guys. But everything works out. That's the way I see it.
Now, you and Robert Gibson, of course, formed the legendary Rock and Roll Express. You guys are still out there doing it. Talk about the formation of that tag team. How did it all come about?
Well, we, at that time I was in San Antonio, and they were looking for a tag team in Memphis. And so Jerry Lawler got a hold of me. He wanted to team me and Robert up. And, and when we went there, you had Jimmy Hart. You had, Ricky, Robert, then you have the R&R. And I never forget this. We even had a name yet. And we're fixing to go out on TV. And Jimmy Hart looked at Jerry Lawler and told him, says, why don't we call them the Rock and Roll Express? And Jerry Lawler told him, says, that's the worst name I've ever heard in my life. But we got to have one, we'll use it. So that's where it all began. And, another thing, up at wrestling, like you mentioned earlier, after all these years, and what's really amazing is when the curtain comes out, and me and Robert come out, and the people are going, dadgum, they're still alive. No, but it's...
Look, listen, Ricky, I said this on the show yesterday. If you don't believe me, you can go back and listen to it. You are as good now at your age as in a lot of ways. You are doing more of the scientific stuff now than you did back in the 1980s. You're a freak of nature, man. I mean, I'm going to be honest with you that at your age, with the injuries that you've had, that you're still out there flying all over the ring, doing all the stuff you do. I mean, it's a testament to training, and it's a testament to taking care of yourself, and you're still out there doing it, man. You're still doing stuff that 20 and 25-year-olds can't do.
Well, thank you, David. And I have something to look forward to every day because, you don't know what I go through just to still wrestle. Normally right now I'm at the gym, but, doing this, as soon as I get through here, I'm going to the gym. But now I'm going to throw a ball at you.
Okay.
That I hope that you understand.
Yep.
I, was second-generation wrestler. I have a son that's third-generation wrestler, Kerry Morton. Well, I'm sorry, he wrestles for NWA. And traveling with my son reminds me, and I try to do the same thing, because I tell Kerry all the time, I says, do you realize what I would give to have one more day to travel down the road with my dad? And us talking about wrestling and him smarting me up. And, David, you watched Kerry grow up, I think.
Oh, I did. I remember when he was a little kid running around the dressing room at 4 or 5 years old, and here he is. He's on television. And if you're a fan of this business at all, and you have not seen Kerry Morton, go to YouTube, go to social media, and look at what Kerry Morton. I mean, this guy, he is the real deal, man. I mean, he really, really is.
David, thank you for saying that. And see, but it's hard. I was second generation, and when it come to me, you're Paul Morton's son. That's and it gets a little bit like that with Kerry until they watch him wrestle. He deserved everything, I think, in his mind. He's a smart kid too, David. I made sure he had a great education and doing his thing. But if nothing happens and the good Lord's willing, he's the future of our wrestling business.
He is. I mean, he's that good. I mean, and having you as his father, and not just as his father, but as his mentor, is an advantage simply because when you're on those car rides, nobody could out-talk Ricky Morton. I mean, you were right up there with the all-time greats, and so he learns that aspect of it. He learns how to get the reaction out of the crowd. I mean, you know, I'm not to be honest with you, I'm not a huge fan of wrestling today. If I'm watching wrestling, it's probably something on YouTube from the 1980s. But I will say this: go back and watch any Rock and Roll Express clip from 85 to 85 to 90 when ELO's Rock and Roll is King hits. I mean, there was absolutely, it wasn't manufactured. It wasn't fake. You guys, I mean, it was real. And the heat that you got when, you know, with the Midnight Express and with the whole baby doll angle and the whole thing, there's nothing like it.
Yeah. Well, David, thank you. You know, it was a different time for our wrestling business. Like I was telling you, all you had was the big guys that wrestled. You know, when you stop it and think about it, and I remember back in my days, one of the big good guys, which babyface in our business, was Abdullah the Butcher when I went into to Louisiana, you know, and you was only selling to one market. But then when Robert and I got together and pushed it on, it all started down in Louisiana for Cowboy Bill Watts. When he started, well, see, the next thing you know, you have these two young guys, you know, we're like the hair bands, you know, and I still got my mullet.
Yeah.
And
it's amazing too. That mullet is like a work of God, man. I mean, that mullet is amazing.
Yeah, thank you. I told my wife not long ago, I says, I'm thinking about cutting my hair off. She says, well, you better quit thinking. And
that's your money right there.
But it was a different time, and like I was saying, here you go. Instead of drawing like the wrestling fans, now we're like a rock band. We're rock stars, and David, it's just crazy how all of a sudden, just overnight, you know, Robert and I were big stars in the wrestling business, but don't get me wrong. In my day, we had the greatest wrestlers to wrestle. Because, you know, well, listen, we had the Four Horsemen, you know, Arn Anderson, Tully Blanchard, Ric Flair, and whatever other horseman is with them. He had to be great. The greatest heel tag team to get the heat, Jimmy Cornette with the Midnight Express. You know, and when we first come in, this was back in the part, you know, when we were the Cold War with Russia. And we first come in, they put us against the Russians, us, the all-American kids.
Ivan and Nikita Koloff, yeah.
Yes, and you see, it sold and it worked. And but all the credit, look, you know, this is not only me. I had Robert and I had some of the greatest guys in the world to work with, which is the reason sometimes it's hard for these guys to get over these days, because the guys that they're wrestling don't know how to get them over and get theirself over.
Yeah, it's people just don't understand the way the business works, and you know, you have all the talent in the world, but if you're not working with somebody that's willing to do what they need to do, it's not going to go anywhere. You know, I mean, you can strut, you can do all you want to in the ring, but you know, I mean, you think about somebody like, you know, a Ric Flair and these guys. Late Brad Armstrong was one of those guys. I could talk about this all day. You know, you know that Brad Armstrong probably in many people's eyes one of the greatest technical wrestlers of all time. We lost him.
He was
way too soon.
I talk about him all the time.
Yeah.
Matter of fact, I named one of my sons after him, and Brad was my best friend. And that's like I was saying, you know, like you said, I'll be 70 in September and been wrestling for 50 years. But all my buddies, my real close buddies, and it's sad to say this, but they all done passed away.
Yeah.
But boy, do I have a lifetime of memories.
Yeah, you do.
Never regretted nothing. and had a lot of friends.
All right, I got a question here for you via the text line. Somebody wanted me to ask you, which is your favorite or most memorable match of your career? I know you get asked that a lot. It's hard to quantify it into one, but they're asking your favorite or most memorable match of your career.
Okay, and I can't say this over the radio.
Well, you're on the radio, so you better say it. You're live on the radio.
Well, no, because this is bad. I mean,
okay, don't.
I want them to come to. I'm going to get in. I want them to come down to Sam's Uptown Cafe tomorrow.
Saturday.
I'm going to tell the rest. I wrestled Ric Flair in Charleston, West Virginia, in a cage match.
Mm-hmm.
And that's when Ric Flair climbed to the top rope. And I reached up and grabbed the back of his tights, and I was on the second rope,
mm-hmm.
and my feet slid off the second rope. Do you understand where this is going?
I know exactly where it's going. Don't get me fired, Ricky. All right?
Hey, but whoever that is, please come tomorrow, and I will finish this story with you.
It'll finish it in person.
Tell you the truth.
At Sam's Uptown Cafe on Saturday. I'll tell you a quick one before I let you go. I was a high school kid, just about to break in the business. I was 16 when I started announcing wrestling matches. Thank you to Danny Ray, adorable Danny Ray, who got me in the business. But we came to Charleston as 16-year-old kids in the summer of '86, I think, and we saw Rock and Roll Express and Baby Doll against the Midnight Express and Jim Cornette in a steel cage. That was the summer of '86. And Danny Ray, and you know Danny very well. Danny and I were right there.
My buddy.
Danny and I were right there at ringside, watching the whole thing. And then 6 months later, we're hanging out with you guys. What a life!
And I want to say another thing too.
Yeah, go ahead.
And let your prayers go out, because that's what I do. Baby Doll's husband just had a heart attack,
mm-hmm.
and he's in the hospital right now. They had 3 vials that was bought, so I just wanted to send some prayers. And a lot of people out there send some prayers to Baby Doll's husband. Baby Dolls are actually one of good friend of mine.
Mm-hmm.
Love her to death, and Chad too, her husband.
All right. Well, Ricky, we got to leave it there. I could do this for like 4 or 5 hours, and I know things about your career you don't even know, because so. But
probably I forgot. No,
yeah,
I'm just kidding.
Well, I'm on the. All right, Rick. It's always a pleasure.
Before I hang up, thank you so much for having me on your show.
All right, Ricky.
I hope we can do this again.
All right, buddy. I appreciate you, man. Love you. Talk to you soon.
You too, buddy. Thank you. Bye.
Ricky Morton of the Rock and Roll Express. Now, again, if you want to go to the event, it's going to be at Sam's Uptown Cafe. Want to make sure people understand this is an autograph signing only. Not going to be wrestling. He and Shane Douglas are going to be there on Saturday, this Saturday. The hours are from 1 till 4. And all of the information, the pricing and everything, because it's a cash-only day of event type thing. They've got VIPs, and all the money raised goes to the Three Bettys Foundation, which is a local charity for cancer here in the Charleston area. So go check it out again. If you go to the Appalachian Championship Wrestling Facebook page, they got all the information on there. I'm going to tell you what, I love that guy. I mean, me and Ricky go back, as I said, when I was a teenager, and he'll turn 70 years old in September. His birthday and mine, I think, are the same day, or maybe we're a day apart or something like that. He turned 70 years old, and he's out there flipping all over the ring now, doing Hunakaranas and all this stuff at 70 years old. And he's still got that mullet. I mean, it's all now. He's still got the mullet too. Hey, I invite you to join me tomorrow morning, every Friday morning, 9:06 for the Adopt Me Please Pet of the Week from the Kanawha Charleston Humane Association, brought to you by Almost 7 Interiors, family owned, proudly serving the community for over 50 years, specializing in custom blinds, shades, shutters, upholstery, and beautifully crafted sewn goods from homes to hospitals, classrooms to commercial spaces. They do it all. 516 D Street in South Charleston. We got to talk about the weather a little bit. Brian Hughes coming up next on the Voice of Charleston, WCHS.
Brought to you by the Eric J. Tarr Family Businesses. Eric J. Tarr Family Businesses want to thank you for supporting local small businesses.
According to Feeding America, over 7 million seniors nationwide were food insecure in 2022. West Virginia is no different. Hi, I'm Jason, President and CEO of Union Mission Ministries. For 113 years, Union Mission has focused on helping people in need. Right now, our senior citizens need our help. That is why Union Mission is partnering with local senior living facilities to get food delivered directly to those in need. Will you help us reach more seniors? Visit unionmission.com to learn more.
Summer has arrived, but high school football season is coming soon to Metro News TV. Get the latest previews with Joe Bricato's Summer Tour, plus your favorite daily shows and State of Minds. Download the app on your smart TV or streaming device and get more information at wvmetronewstv.com. Metro News Television is powered by Dan Cava GMC, Gomart, Lou Wendell Marine, and Panhandle Cleaning and Restoration.
People sometimes may wonder why they need a big law firm after their injury. Imagine you're on your way to work and then, bam, your whole life changes. Life can be shattered in a moment. When that happens, know that America's largest injury law firm is here for you. When it comes to law, size matters. Morgan & Morgan, forthepeople.com.
Office 222 Capitol Street, Charleston. Cases will be handled by West Virginia licensed attorneys. The attorney in this ad is not licensed in West Virginia.
They say roads are made for journeys, not destinations. And now that I'm retired, I make a point to journey as much as I can. But when night driving became a challenge, my son and I decided it was time for a doctor's visit to ensure my safety behind the wheel. I was worried, but instead of restrictions, we discussed solutions to make sure I can continue on my journeys.
Aging can alter how we drive. Take charge of your safety and independence by evaluating your driving skills regularly. Learn more at StaySafeWV.com. This message is brought to you by the West Virginia Governor's Highway Safety Program.
16 away from 10, the Amos Steel Band, the official band of the Dave Allen Show. Go check them out. You need somebody to, play your class reunion, your whatever gathering you got. Those guys will kick it for you. Check them out on Facebook. Dave Allen Show on 580 Live, brought to you in part by the Charleston Dirty Birds. Dollar Beer Night tonight at Gomart Ballpark. You may want to go check that out. Also, they're getting ready for the Pepperoni Roll Festival this weekend at the ballpark. Jay Silverman from the Dirty Birds is going to join me on the Metro News Midday Show after 2 o'clock to talk all about that. I did want to mention some weather stuff. Metro News meteorologist Brian Hughes joins us.
Weather stuff.
You got to follow up Ricky Morton.
Well, I mean, I could.
Yeah, of course.
But you don't want me to truly follow that up.
Literally, and I mean this in the best possible way. Ricky Morton is one of my really good friends. I've remained in because I haven't done a wrestling show in something like
10 years,
something like that. Just once they put me in their Hall of Fame, I was like, yeah. And I went into the West Virginia Wrestling Hall of Fame with the Midnight Express. It was me and the Midnight Express that all got in there. That's pretty good company. And at that point, I was like, I don't think I can get any better than this. I'm sharing the stage.
You should hang some things up at that point.
I'm sharing the stage with Jim Cornette, Dennis Condrey, who is no longer with us, Bobby Eaton, who's no longer with us, and Sweet Stan Lane. And so I'm on stage. I'm going, boys, it just doesn't get any better than that. But then that, at some point, actually before that, the last time I actually did a actual wrestling event, I got to manage a little bit. I was the bad guy manager. I did that for a while. And so J.J. Dillon, he's not late, he's still alive. J.J. Dillon, Four Horsemen manager, Ric Flair's manager, knocked me out, air quotes, knocked me out and rolled me in the ring and pinned me. And that was the end of my wrestling career. Got pinned by J.J. Dillon, went into the Hall of Fame with the Midnight Express. So
please tell me that the Hall of Fame dinner included beer and chili cheese fries, because that seems like the
nachos was always the big thing at wrestling shows. No, there was no dinner. But there was. I promise you, there was beer in the parking lot in the locker room. All right. So let's talk weather. I just got an alert on my phone here. Flash flood watches. What are we looking at for the next couple of days? Because this is not just a Thursday thing. This is
a Thursday, Friday, Saturday. Today we have the best threat for severe weather over the next few days will be today. It'll be this afternoon, and gusty winds are going to be the primary threat out of these thunderstorms. There'll be some of the cloud to ground lightning strikes like we saw with a lot of those thunderstorms that we had yesterday. And while there weren't a lot of thunderstorms, those that were producing, we're doing a number when it came to the lightning. Matter of fact, I've come back from Morgantown yesterday. The lightning strikes all up and down the roadway. But what we're looking at today, better chance for thunderstorms, a little more widespread. We're going with an 80% chance of rain showers and storms today. And then as we work our way into your day tomorrow, we have 100% chance of rain and back to about 80-ish on Saturday for those chances of rain. But each and every day we have up to, in total, about a half inch each day that we could see on average. Now, if you're sitting under one of those storms, maybe you get a second one, you're going to be way above that. But that's about the average what we could see over each day over the next few days. Then after that, next week, high and dry all week. Matter of fact, actually, we're going to be probably back up around 90 by